welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, the Freeze Drying Academy. All right, something special. It's Memorial Weekend, so my neighbors were putting together like an HOA community event. And one of the things they had was, of course, adult beverages. One of our guys that lives in the neighborhood owns a restaurant, and he talked to his chef and had his chef make an amazing drink cocktail, Sangria. Okay, so let me show you exactly what we're talking about here. All right, so we got the apples, we've got the pineapple, and we've got the oranges, okay? So as you can see, really nice close-up pictures of those. Okay, so he said basically what he did is he took a really nice bottle of white wine, a Pinot Grigio. He didn't say what brand it was, but he owns an Italian restaurant. Some brandy, triple sec, some peach liqueur. He also said something about an orange concentrate that his head chef gets from somewhere that's really, really super concentrated and fabulous. But as you can see, we've got the oranges, the pineapple, and the apples. Now, this stuff was soaking in the alcohol for 24 hours. Then, of course, they brought it out. It was all filled up in a big, huge, 2-gallon, 3-gallon pitcher, and everybody was drinking it. I saw the fruits and vegetables and said, let me try to freeze dry these. Because I found out that yes, you can freeze dry alcohol. That's right, freeze dry alcohol. But there's a word of caution. It becomes powdered alcohol, which is a concentrated version of the alcohol. So when you enjoy these, when they're done, you've got to use moderation. Otherwise, you are going to hit the floor pretty darn quick. All right, right now in the garage, I got the freeze dryer ready. I cleaned it, sanitized it. These babies are going to go in there. So meet me in the garage. All right, guys, so we're in the garage here. The machine is ready. I cleaned it, sanitized it. It's telling me to go ahead and load the trays. Make sure that your vacuum valve on this side is closed. That if you have that beautiful attachment that I got from Harvest Right, awesome. I highly recommend that you get this anti-siphon vacuum valve over here. And then over here, I've got the drain valve. Okay, one thing you probably noticed on camera, I'm wearing my Teamster shirt, but it's not my normal Teamster shirt, okay? So I'm gonna turn around real quick so you can zoom in on this. Take a look at it. All right, and what you probably noticed, it's got the cannabis leaf on it. Yes, it's not a joke. A lot of people think it's a joke. There is a local out here in California in Adelanto called the Cannabis Growers Local. They are Teamsters, and because I'm a Teamster, we are allowed to wear other members' kind of attire to promote them. So yes, as a truck driver, I can't touch it, I can't use it, but I can definitely support it. Just so you saw that, that's what that is. Okay, back to this. We're gonna go ahead and open the machine, and we're gonna go ahead and slide the pineapple here on the bottom. I only got one tray of pineapples, I've got one tray of oranges, and then I got 2 trays of the apples. I am using the default settings here. So we're just gonna go load that in there. No need to put that in the freezer, no need to pre-freeze it, because they're just gonna go straight into the machine. We're gonna close the door. We're gonna hit continue. We're gonna let these babies freeze dry the normal process, and then I'm gonna check them out to determine if I have to do extra dry time, which again, I always have my machine set on 24 hours extra dry time. And then we're gonna look at them and see if I need to go more or less, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys when these are done. All right, guys, so what is the status of the alcohol-infused fruit that I ended up freeze drying? Well, let me show you what I did. I actually did them in a bag. I know normally I show you guys me taking out of the machine. I just got so busy at work, and by the time I came home, I really had to just pack them up and put them off to the side. But I've got some apples, I've got the oranges over here, and then I've got the pineapple. I'm gonna tell you guys, when I open these babies up, you can just 100%, it's like opening a wine bottle. You can definitely smell the alcohol. A lot of people talk about, oh, well, when you freeze dry alcohol, it's gonna evaporate. What they're thinking about is that when you cook with alcohol on the stove, the alcohol does evaporate there and you're left with the flavor. However, a word of caution, when you freeze dry something with alcohol, it does not get rid of the alcohol. It gets rid of the water in it, but not the alcohol. In fact, they've actually produced some PSA announcement warning people, be careful with freeze-dried alcohol because it becomes a powder. And then if you eat that, you're basically getting a concentrated version of the alcohol, and you're gonna get plastered a lot faster. And they kind of, as I said, PSA, they warn you on that. A lot of times restaurants or commercial enterprises, they will do the freeze-dried alcohol in a powder, and they'll ship it across the country or sometimes overseas or whatever they need to do because it's lighter and easier to ship. And then when it gets to the restaurants or the bars, that's when they either add the water or they add, some vodka or whatever they need to do to reconcentrate it. But it's going to be a more concentrated version. So if I took, the powder version of the Pinot Grigio and I add just a little bit more wine to it, I can make it go a lot further. Okay, so again, word of caution: if you guys freeze dry your fruits that are soaked in alcohol, just make sure that you know that they're still alcohol based. Okay. Now, side note, when you do like the oranges or the lemons and stuff, I really think the lemons and the oranges and pineapple stuff will make a great garnish if you are working into a bar or restaurant and you want to add just a little thing, kind of, put it with your little drink or your mixed cocktail and you serve that to your customers, or you just throw it in there at the last minute. It's really going to be an amazing garnish for those adult beverages. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Crazy Dave here. I'll see you next time.